Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where you know what you want to say, but the words just won't come out in English? You stand there, mind racing, trying to translate from your native language, and by the time you figure it out, the moment has passed. I know that feeling. I've been there. And today, I'm going to change that for you forever. Welcome back to English with Aurora. I'm Aurora, and I'm here to help you speak English with confidence, naturally, and without overthinking every single word. Today's lesson is special because we're going to learn 30 phrases that native English speakers use every single day. These aren't textbook phrases that sound robotic. These are real, authentic expressions that will make you sound fluent, natural, and confident in any situation. Before we dive in, I want you to do something for me. Think about your English learning journey right now. Are you tired of studying grammar rules that you forget the moment you need to speak? Are you exhausted from memorizing vocabulary lists that never seem to come up in real conversations? If you answered yes, then you're in exactly the right place. Because what I'm about to share with you today will transform how you communicate in English. Let's start with something that happens to all of us every single day. You wake up and someone asks you how you're doing. Now you probably learned to say, "I'm fine, thank you, and you," in your first English class. But here's the truth. Native speakers rarely say that. Instead, they use phrases that are more natural, more genuine, and more conversational. So phrase number 1, "I'm doing great, thanks for asking." This simple phrase shows warmth and appreciation. It acknowledges the other person's question and gives a genuine response. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and the barista smiles and says, "Hey, how are you today?" Instead of the stiff, "I'm fine," you respond, "I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How about you?" See how much friendlier that sounds. Phrase number 2, "I can't complain." This is brilliant because it's honest and relatable. When someone asks how you are and things are okay but not amazing, you can say, "I can't complain." It means things are good enough that you have nothing to complain about. A colleague might ask, "How was your weekend?" And you reply, "It was good, can't complain. Spent time with family." It's casual, it's real, and it's used all the time. Now let's talk about something that happens constantly in daily life. You need to ask someone to repeat what they said. Maybe you didn't hear them clearly, or maybe you didn't understand. Here's phrase number 3. "Sorry, I didn't catch that." This is so much better than just saying what. It's polite, it's clear, and native speakers use it all the time. You're in a meeting, someone mumbles something important, and you say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it?" Professional, polite, perfect. Phrase number 4. "Could you say that again?" Similar to the previous one, but even more direct. If you're on the phone and the connection is bad, this phrase is your best friend. "Sorry, the line is breaking up. Could you say that again?" It shows you're engaged and want to understand properly. Let me tell you a quick story. I had a student named Carlos who was terrified of speaking English at work. He understood everything when he read it, but when people spoke to him, he would freeze. He was embarrassed to ask people to repeat themselves because he thought it made him look stupid. I told him something that changed everything for him. Even native speakers ask others to repeat things. It's not about your English level. It's about communication. Once Carlos started using "Sorry, I didn't catch that," his confidence skyrocketed. Why? Because he realized that asking for clarification is a sign of good communication, not weakness. Phrase number 5. "That makes sense." When someone explains something to you and you understand it, this is the perfect response. Your manager explains a new project, and instead of just nodding silently, you say, "Okay, that makes sense. So you want me to finish this by Friday?" It shows you're listening and understanding. Phrase number 6. "I see what you mean." This is similar but has a slightly different feel. It means you understand someone's perspective or point of view. A friend is explaining why they prefer working from home, and you respond, "I see what you mean. The commute can be exhausting." You're validating their opinion, even if you might not completely agree. Now let's move into phrases you'll use when you need help or want to make a request. These are crucial for everyday interactions, whether you're at work, shopping, or just living your life. Phrase number 7. Would you mind if I? This is one of the most polite ways to ask for permission. Would you mind if I opened the window? Would you mind if I joined you for lunch? It shows respect and gives the other person an easy way to say yes or no. In American and British culture, politeness in requests is highly valued, and this phrase demonstrates that perfectly. Phrase number 8. Do you happen to know? This is a soft, polite way to ask for information. Instead of demanding, where is the bathroom? You can say, excuse me, do you happen to know where the restroom is? It's gentler, more polite, and native speakers love using it. Do you happen to know what time the store closes? Do you happen to know if there's a pharmacy nearby? See how natural that sounds. Phrase number 9. I was wondering if you could help me with something. This is perfect for when you need assistance, but don't want to sound demanding. At work, instead of saying, I need help, you approach a colleague and say, hey, I was wondering if you could help me with something when you have a moment. It's respectful of their time and much more likely to get a positive response. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you've just arrived in an English-speaking country. You're at the hotel, you need extra towels, but you're nervous about calling the front desk. Instead of stumbling over your words, you confidently pick up the phone and say, hi, this is room 314. I was wondering if you could send up a few extra towels. The person on the other end says, of course, we'll send those right up. You hang up feeling accomplished. That's the power of knowing the right phrases. Phrase number 10. I'd appreciate it if you could. This is another beautiful way to make requests sound polite and professional. I'd appreciate it if you could send me that report by tomorrow. I'd appreciate it if you could keep the noise down after 10 p.m. It's firm but respectful. Now, let's talk about expressing opinions and preferences. In English conversations, you'll constantly need to share what you think or what you prefer. Phrase number 11. In my opinion, or from my point of view, these are classic ways to share your thoughts while making it clear that it's your personal perspective. In my opinion, the new policy will help everyone work more efficiently. It opens up space for discussion without sounding like you're stating absolute facts. Phrase number 12. I'd rather. This is how you express preference. Would you like coffee or tea? I'd rather have tea, thanks. Should we meet in the morning or afternoon? I'd rather meet in the afternoon if that works for you. It's clear, direct, and polite. Phrase number 13. I'm not sure, but I think. This is perfect when you want to share an opinion but aren't 100% certain. I'm not sure, but I think the meeting was rescheduled to Thursday. It shows humility and honesty, which people appreciate. Here's something important I want you to understand. When you speak English, you don't have to be absolutely certain about everything you say. Native speakers use phrases like this all the time because they show you're thoughtful and open to being corrected. It actually makes you sound more fluent, not less. Phrase number 14. That's a good point. When someone says something insightful in a conversation, acknowledge it with this phrase. It shows you're actively listening and engaging with what they're saying. In meetings, in casual chats, anywhere people are exchanging ideas, this phrase keeps the conversation flowing positively. Phrase number 15. I couldn't agree more. This means you completely agree with someone. Your friend says, this restaurant has the best pizza in town, and you respond, I couldn't agree more. I come here all the time. It's enthusiastic agreement that adds energy to the conversation. Let's shift gears and talk about phrases you'll use when things don't go as planned. Life is unpredictable, and you need to know how to express problems, apologize, and handle mishaps. Phrase number 16. I'm afraid. This is a gentle way to deliver bad news or decline something. I'm afraid I can't make it to the party on Saturday. I'm afraid the item you wanted is out of stock. It softens the blow and sounds considerate. Phrase number 17. Unfortunately. Similar to the previous one, this introduces something negative or disappointing. Unfortunately, the flight has been delayed. Unfortunately, we won't be able to finish this today. It's professional and clear. Phrase number 18. My apologies for. This is a formal way to apologize, perfect for professional settings. My apologies for the late response. My apologies for any inconvenience this may have caused. It sounds more polished than just sorry in certain contexts. But here's phrase number 19 for everyday apologies. My bad. This is super casual and used among friends or in informal situations. You accidentally bump into someone at the gym and you say, "Oh, my bad." It's quick, friendly, and very common in American English especially. Phrase number 20, no worries. This is how you tell someone that their mistake or apology is no big deal. Someone says, "Sorry I'm late," and you respond, "No worries, we just got here too." It's relaxed and reassuring. Let me tell you about a student named Yuki. She was always so formal in her English because that's what she learned in school in Japan. When she moved to California for work, she felt like everyone thought she was too stiff or unfriendly. I taught her phrases like "no worries" and "my bad," and it completely changed how people responded to her. She told me, "Aurora, people smile more when I talk now. They seem more comfortable around me." That's because she learned to match her English to the situation. Formal when needed, casual when appropriate. Now let's talk about keeping conversations going. These next phrases are like social glue. They keep interactions smooth and natural. Phrase number 21, how's it going? This is a super common greeting, more casual than how are you? You see a neighbor and say, "Hey, how's it going?" They might respond, "Pretty good, how about you?" It's quick, friendly, and very natural. Phrase number 22, what have you been up to? This is how you ask someone what they've been doing recently. You run into an old friend and say, "Hey, long time no see, what have you been up to?" It shows genuine interest in their life. Phrase number 23, that reminds me. Use this when something in the conversation triggers a related thought or memory. "Oh, that reminds me, I need to send that email before 5. That reminds me of the time we went to that crazy concert in college." It's a natural way to transition topics or share related information. Phrase number 24, speaking of which. Similar to the previous one, this connects what you're about to say to what was just mentioned. I love Italian food. Speaking of which, did you ever try that new Italian place downtown? It keeps the conversation flowing logically. Phrase number 25. By the way, this is perfect for adding extra information or changing topics slightly. The report is on your desk. By the way, did you get my email about tomorrow's meeting? It's smooth and natural. Here's something powerful I want you to realize. These phrases aren't just words. They're tools for connection. When you use them naturally, you're not just speaking English correctly. You're building relationships, showing cultural understanding, and making people feel comfortable around you. That's what real fluency is about. Phrase number 26. I've got to get going. This is how you politely end a conversation when you need to leave. It was great catching up, but I've got to get going. Let's do this again soon. It's friendly and doesn't make the other person feel like you're rushing away rudely. Phrase number 27. Let me know if you need anything. This is a kind, open-ended offer of help. You're finishing a conversation with a colleague and say, "All right, good luck with the project. Let me know if you need anything." It shows you're supportive and available. Phrase number 28. Thanks for understanding. When you've had to decline something, reschedule, or deliver disappointing news, end with this phrase. I'm sorry I can't help you move this weekend. Thanks for understanding. It acknowledges the other person's flexibility and kindness. Phrase number 29. I really appreciate it. This is a warm, genuine way to express gratitude. Someone does you a favor, and instead of just thanks, you say, I really appreciate it. You saved me so much time. It sounds more heartfelt and sincere. And finally, phrase number 30. Take care. This is a lovely way to end a conversation, whether in person, on the phone, or even in an email. All right, I'll talk to you later. Take care. It's warm, friendly, and universally positive. Now you have 30 powerful phrases that will transform your daily English conversations. But here's what I want you to understand. Knowing these phrases is just the first step. The real magic happens when you start using them, when you practice them, when you make mistakes with them and learn from those mistakes. I remember when I was learning my second language. I was so afraid of making mistakes that I would stay silent in conversations. I would let opportunities pass by because I wanted to be perfect. But perfection is the enemy of progress. The students who improve the fastest aren't the ones who study the most grammar. They're the ones who speak, make mistakes, laugh about it, and try again. So here's what I want you to do. Pick 5 phrases from today's lesson. Just 5. Write them down. Then, in the next week, make it your mission to use each of those 5 phrases in real conversations, or at least practice them out loud. Maybe you'll use, "I didn't catch that" when watching an English movie. Maybe you'll use, "I'd appreciate it if you could" in an email at work. Maybe you'll use, "That makes sense" in your next English conversation. Every phrase you make your own is a victory. Every time you communicate clearly in English, you're proving to yourself that you can do this. You're not just learning a language. You're expanding your world, opening doors to new opportunities, and becoming the confident English speaker you've always wanted to be. Remember, English fluency isn't about knowing every word in the dictionary. It's about knowing the right words at the right time. It's about communicating clearly, connecting authentically, and expressing yourself confidently. And with these 30 phrases, you're already well on your way. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for investing in yourself and your English journey. I believe in you, and I can't wait to hear about how these phrases change your conversations. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep believing in your ability to master this beautiful language. You've got this, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. Until next time, take care and keep shining.